guys, it's Nova, and welcome to another Game of Thrones fan video reaction. This time around, it's going to be Sansa Stark Home. Now, I gotta tell you another little bit of background story so that you can understand my viewpoint of Sansa Stark over the course of time. When I first watched the show, I binge watched and watched like season 1 through 5 over the course of several weeks. Like it was right before season 6 premiered, so I watched it when HBO was doing like the marathon runs. It would have like a whole season air in the span of a day, so 5 days, 5 seasons. But the first time I saw Game of Thrones and was introduced to Sansa Stark properly, like I've heard of the name, but I didn't really know like what she was all about and whatnot. I just could not, I don't want to say I hated her, but I could not, like, I could barely tolerate her, let's put it that way. And I guess because, I was more like Arya growing up, whereas the girls that I could not get along with, girls in my class and whatnot, were more like Sansa, so that's probably where that stemmed from. And two, I don't know, just her personality overall, I just could not understand her line of reasoning and stuff. And, I did feel bad for her when, certain events came about, Ned's death, Red Wedding, and then, oh god, the Ramsay Bolton stuff, that was pretty messed up. But then when I rewatched the whole series again not too long ago, like, before season 7 aired, like I watched all the seasons again back to back, I started seeing Sansa in a different light, I think what helped too is that I read pretty much all of A Game of Thrones, the actual book, so seeing like the point of view chapters from Sansa's perspective actually made me kind of understand certain events a bit better, particularly like when we think about like episode 2 of season 1 and we see how Sansa's yelling at Arya, like you're spoiling everything and whatnot. Just seeing that scene, you would think that she's just being completely irrational, she's being stupid, Joffrey's clearly swinging his sword trying to kill his sister. Still true, but they clipped out a lot of what happened earlier in that quote-unquote scene. Like, there was this whole segment where Sansa and Joffrey are basically spending time together and riding in the woods and eating and dining. Like, it really painted Joffrey in this really, Prince Charming, like, way, perspective. So from that point of view, you could see why she was like so infatuated with Joffrey, because Joffrey was doing such a good job at portraying this other side to him. So it makes more sense when you like start getting that kind of background information about why she was just so oblivious to what was going on around her. She really was just a stupid little girl. She was so infatuated with like fairy tales and becoming a queen and living happily ever after, and now I actually feel sorry for her because she was just so oblivious, it's weird. Like, now I can actually say I feel sorry for Sansa, somebody who's going in blind for the first time, and I can understand them not like flat out not liking her at all. But with every rewatch, I always feel worse for Sansa. She's still not my favorite Stark. Don't get me wrong, she's not my favorite Stark, but I'm not as critical towards her as I was before, I guess I should think. So, with all that said, this video called Home, I have a good feeling I know where Zurich is going to go with this, but let's just watch and see if I'm right. I have a feeling I'm going to be pleased. So far, I haven't seen anything by him that has disappointed me. Sometimes he touches on things that I probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. So let's go home.
Forgive me, my lady, if you're at prayer.
I'm done with all that. here every day when I was a girl. Prayed to be somewhere else.
Oh.
Back then I only thought about what I wanted, never about what I had.
Please, it's the only thing I ever wanted.
I love
Here
him,
we go.
and I'm meant to be his queen and have his babies.
I was a stupid girl.
Stupid little girl with stupid dreams who never learn.
I was awful, just admit it.
I don't want to speak to my father.
Sansa.
Scepter.
We were children.
You're an idiot.
You're a liar.
You were a child.
My queen. Thank you, Sir Loris.
You were too kind, Sir Loris.
I want us to be friends. Good friends. And if you were to marry Loris, we would be sisters, you and I. Would you like that?
Come, my lady.
Don't trust anybody.
Walk with me. I want to show you something.
Life is safer that way.
Look around you. We're all liars here. And every one of us is better than you.
The world is built by killers. So you better get used to looking at them.
Look at him!
You won't hurt me.
No, little bird, I won't hurt you.
They beat me, they humiliated me, they married me to the Im.
Has Lord Tyrion mistreated you?
No.
Has he been kind to you?
I won't ever hurt you.
He's tried. I lie awake all night, thinking about how they died. I had no friends in King's Landing.
Yeah, Tyrion.
Except one.
Well,
Sansa, dear, this is Lord Baelish.
You have a tender heart. Just like your mother did at your age. I can see so much of her in you. You're more beautiful than she ever was.
Lord Baelish.
Peter.
Peter. Lord Baelish.
Peter. Call me Peter.
Littlefinger's not in love with me.
Love is not the thing he wants.
What do you want? What do you want?
I thought you knew what I wanted.
I know what you want.
Do you?
I was wrong.
Sansa. No, you weren't. You, my love, are the future of House Stark.
Your husband will sit there,
On the Iron Throne.
and you will sit by his side.
And you by my side.
Sometimes we don't have a choice.
And sometimes we do. If I'm going to die, let it happen while there's still some of me left. You freed me from the monsters who murdered my family. And you gave me to other monsters who murdered my family. I don't believe you anymore. I don't need you anymore. My family still has friends in the north. All I need to do is give a signal and they'll rescue me.
I would have taken you all the way to the wall. I would have died to get you there.
Welcome home, Lady Stark. The North remembers.
Where will you go?
Where will we go?
Home. Winterfell is our home. We have to fight for it. I'm Sansa Stark of Winterfell. This is my home.
You've been running all your life. Stop being a bystander. Stop running.
You're going to die tomorrow, Lord Bolton.
There's no justice in the world. Not unless we make it. You loved your family. Avenge them.
That was
We need
good.
to trust each other. Who should the North rally behind? We can't fight a war amongst ourselves. We have so many enemies now.
Thank you, Sansa.
You're welcome.
True-born daughter of Ned and Catelyn Stark, born here at Winterfell. You're a motherless bastard, born in the south.
Lady Stark. You may survive us yet.
Mm-hmm. You know what's one thing too that's interesting about Sansa in a way, which I don't know if other people have touched on. Well, I probably did this. This does have many channels and theory channels and whatnot, but I know that Game of Thrones in some parts has been inspired by certain characters and certain events in history. For instance, like the Red Wedding was inspired by the Black Dinner, in Scotland. And, in some ways, like if you look at Robert Baratheon, he kind of reminds you of Henry VIII and certain other kings. So when I look at Sansa, now that I think about it, and especially like when I was looking at those scenes with her and Littlefinger, she kind of reminds me of younger Queen Elizabeth, Elizabeth the First. The one that was a daughter to Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. It makes sense when you look at her back history, what happened to her in her younger years. You know, Sansa started off as this young, naive girl, and she became tempered by all of her hardships and whatnot to become, I wouldn't say a force to be reckoned with, but definitely a lot more political savvy, like if she was in like King's Landing now, I feel bad for anyone who tried to match wits with her, when it comes to dialogue and whatnot. She learned from some of the best people out there, Cersei, Littlefinger, I guess to some extent Tyrion, even though Tyrion was good to her, I'm sure she saw, the fact that he's lived this long and seen him in action and whatnot. So Tywin too, actually, Lady Olenna, Marjorie, she had a lot of people to help her learn how to maneuver in court. It's just unfortunate that she had to kind of learn a lot of stuff the hard way. And it kind of goes back into the fact that the video is called Home, which I was wondering if he was going to go that route, so I'm kind of pleased how it starts off with her fantasizing about leaving her home in Winterfell, how she wanted to be somewhere else, anywhere else. But then all that stuff happened in King's Landing, and it made her realize that she had what she needed. There's a reason why people really need to be able to distinguish wants over needs. It would be nice to have certain things, yes, but you need them. You need to have food, you need to have water, you need to have shelter, you need to have medicine, you need to have a roof over your head. I would want, let's say, a new computer. I would want a new gaming console. I'm not going to die if I don't get those things, but it would be nice to have, Sometimes people are unable to recognize the difference between those two. And in a weird way, that was Sansa's problem. She wanted to be the queen. She wanted to marry Joffrey. She wanted to be, this perfect little princess. But that's not what she needed. And unfortunately, she had to lose a lot to realize that. The things that she did need, she no longer has. So I think going forward now, she's going to appreciate certain things like family, honor, trust a lot more because she forsook them in her youth, And that makes me wonder something too. Like, she's gonna have to live with that with the rest of her life. Like, especially like when it comes to her father, like she was so angry with him at one point, and she went to Joffrey in hopes that Joffrey would spare him, but I would assume that they were never allowed the chance to talk in private, one-on-one. So she never got to formally say that she was sorry to her father or, that kind of thing. So that's got to stick with her. And then, of course, she left to go to King's Landing to be with the king and whatnot. Well, the king's family, Robert Baratheon was still alive, but she never got to see her mother again, She never got to see Robb again. She never got to see Rickon again. She lost so many members of her family. And, we don't see, like, how close she was with Robb, and Rickon was practically a baby, but it's just sad when you think about it, under such tragic circumstances that she would lose her parents. But I feel especially bad when it comes to Ned, considering, like, some of the last things they said to each other and the way things were left off. So, yeah, kind of sad. But I think I'm going to end things here because I'm a bit hungry. I'm going to go eat something and start editing some videos. So until next time, guys, take care.